Welcome to Ironman, the second one of 2023. We do these Ironmans, as we call them, the first Thursday of the month, each month at 6 o'clock. Half an hour with the same training partner in the gi, half an hour with the same training partner, no gi. I'm with Maddie B today. And the reason I'm actually doing a bit of a voiceover here, and I'll just kind of cut this apart. I probably cut out some bits and left in some bits I probably shouldn't have, but I didn't really want to let it play for a whole hour. Although, me being me, I can definitely talk for an hour. Basically what I'm talking about is people that when they roll, let's say a higher belt, so lower belts tend to have this idea in their head that they need to roll extremely hard, and then higher belts seem to have this attitude that, okay, if you're a lower belt, there's absolutely no chance that you'd be able to submit me. So I just want to quickly go over a few little things, just some, I guess they're little beefs in my head. So number one, let's say you're really new, regardless, and you're kind of like, okay, I'm rolling against a higher belt here. All I've really got is just using strength, explosion, speed, and power. I'm not saying that's wrong. We are definitely going to use that. What I am saying is, though, if you rely on that and really start to use that early in the game, what's going to happen is it kind of shuts off your brain. So, to use like max effort, like max strength, just think of a powerlifter doing a deadlift or something. If you're like really trying hard to undo like a jar lid or whatever it is, when you're in that sort of trying effort, sort of, I've got to make this happen, your brain isn't like thinking about the time or, even what's inside the jar if that's what you're trying to open. It's just thinking about try. So it's almost kind of activating that fight-flight sort of thing in your head. While you do want to be able to access that, you don't want to just have that as your thing, because otherwise, as I mentioned, your brain is shutting off the learning side of your brain. So it's very important to have those roles where you are using a good amount of strength, a good amount of speed and explosion and what skill you have. But you also want your brain to be very present in the actions that you're doing. Otherwise, you won't be 100% sure why you got, say, a good position or ended up in a bad position. Or, I guess, either way, you're not actually going to know. But if you're always trying extremely hard, what will happen is the next time you get into a bad situation, the next time you get into a good situation, you'll be like, oh, how did I make that submission happen? How did I make that escape happen? But it won't be readily available to you. So trying to get your head in and make each learning round a real brain activation for you. Oh, that was a nice little flip there. So now if we go on to higher belts. So look, when a higher belt rolls with a lower belt, there seems to be this like expectation as though like, they'd never be able to submit me. They'd never be able to get one up on me or a bit of anything better, The crazy thing about that is, why wouldn't they? If you're a higher belt in the gym and you're there regularly, as you wouldn't be a higher belt if you weren't, well, you're definitely there if you're one of the coaches. Those people are learning off you. So you don't want them to be learning lesser of a skill than what you can help them attain. So it's very important that in my opinion, I should say in my opinion there, it's very important they get better than you are, because otherwise what kind of a culture and what kind of a gym are you having? Of course, so that's why whenever I'm rolling with, say, a smaller person or a less skilled person, if I feel like they've actually tried and I can see that they're going down the right path and not just going for something like a maniac, then I'll always, well, not always, of course, sometimes I'll I'll work my way out of it, but I usually try to let them get the occasional submission. And on that, even I think it's a really good thing it's hard on your own ego too, especially if you're a higher belt, but not to go, yeah, but I'll let you get that just But literally just to go, say nothing, go, oh yeah, good armbar, good guillotine, whatever it was, slap, tap, and keep rolling. They can think that they've got it if they want or not. Like that's not why you're there. It's not why it's definitely not why they should be there. So yeah, I feel like that's a really good thing for your ego to still be learning. Oh yes, a nice little Chirika Plata here. And this is a good example. Look, that's definitely not a move. It's super powerful shoulder lock. You definitely don't want to be putting that on with a lot of torque and force, especially if you're a stronger person than your training partner. I'm not saying I'm stronger than Matty, but I had a lot of leverage piled up against him there, and I definitely don't want to hurt him. I want to have another crack at doing some more submissions and enjoying the round, and yeah. So, like even this armbar, I've absolutely zero intention of finishing this armbar. As you can see, I'm just testing out a few angles where I could have, and now I'm just like, I'm just going to switch to this. It's been quite a while into the round, and there's no real point to just make it all, like finish every single submission and just make the person feel like, oh, I didn't have a chance there, just, you know. As well as for myself, it's literally like the same submissions that I've done heaps of times. So why do if I can get them really easily, it's sort of a bit like I'm basically just being mean at that point. As well as that, getting him really close to the submissions, helping your training partners to get out and escape effectively is actually going to make it harder for you the next time that you roll with them. Then you've got better training partners. Then you've got like high resistance. This is like when you go to the gym. If the bench press is light at 80 kilos, the next time you're going to try 85 or vice versa, whatever it is. 85 seems like a big bench for me. Yes, now, maybe I missed a couple of points, but I didn't want to. I think there was a stand-up section coming up here. So maybe this is it. It's just a little thing on guillotines that I've been talking about. Maybe it's not. But anyway, even with this stand-up, what I'm actually trying to do is not really get a takedown, especially don't want a big takedown. It's really slippery. I'm not even going to be able to shoot in there. Look at that. Arm drag where I just pull on the elbow and go for a slip slide. That's not, yeah. Oh, yes, here he is. Sort of utilising the the fact that I'm going nice and slow, getting a nice cheeky grip on my chin. Nice work. Kind of means I use a little bit more force and apply a Ezekiel-style head-arm triangle. And look at that sweat just piling up there now. I think maybe this is it, because he got... he almost had me in that guillotine, but I was kind of like, well, you're using too much strength, so I absolutely won't let you submit me here. Although there was a couple of situations earlier, well, definitely at least one, where I could see methodically set up an armbar, and I was like, that's actually really good. Keep working that, so I'm going to take the tap there. Awesome. Look at us both scratching our chin. And look at this. Dan's moves. We've had enough, haven't we? Yeah, see, watch I block this. I'm pretty sure I blocked this hand. And see when I grab the head, a chin strap's good. But see how I've slowed this down. You can see my fingers are like right through. My wrist is as far past. It's like I'm trying to grab my own pec. Obviously, he jumped, whether he slipped or he tried to pull guard. Sort of irrelevant, but you can see the fact that I was reaching my hand right through is what I will always try to do if I can't, if I can get a chin strap, I'll take it, but if I can reach further past, it's much better, because then you're going to be able to finish it high elbow, standard, with one hand. The guillotine's going to be really easy. Chin strap, you've pretty much only got that one. Well, you've got more options, obviously, off different positions, but you've only really got that one kind of squeeze on the guillotine kind of a move there. Yeah, you can see everybody in the background is a little bit slowed down. Back to work on this high steps sort of passing situation here. I think I was trying to play with it a bit that night, but Matt's birthday, so we were trying to move around and have a little bit of fun. Well, it's his birthday tomorrow, actually, not on this day. Yeah. Okay, I take it back. I can be a bit mean. See, I'm stretching out that arm. Cross face goes all the way through into the armpit. Step over for a triangle. I actually wanted to stay on top, but I kind of got an accidental armbar there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's not slow motion. We've just moved ourselves into slow motion now. But you could see, well, you can't really see our faces too well from this angle, but you can see we're having a laugh and a good time, and it's it's not about trying to make heroes out of each other. We're just trying to move through the motions, practice our defense, practice our attacks. And, like I say, don't get too involved with the ego. Don't be too much of a, don't be too proud. It's all about being able to learn, improve, and grow. And the occasional, if you're not getting submitted, I doubt you can be learning too much. Well, you definitely can be. Probably not as fast as, that's my little, I should say Steve's little lat stretch there. Pretty sure this is fairly close to the end, and I'm just wanting to muck around with a little bit of a crab roll. Yes, it is. Yeah, too slippery. Yeah. Okay. And you got to have a little bit of fun, like. I'm just basically holding both of his wrists there just so that he can kick around and have a bit of a giggle. Can't take it too seriously. Got to enjoy it, right? And let's finish off with a nice little triangle, reverse side triangle there. This is literally something I've been working for ages, and it just hasn't quite been working. So I knew but both of us being tired, he'd probably just tap to be nice to me. And then I'm like, if you can stay on top with all of this sweat, you can have the top position and attack to your heart's content. And see, I don't know if you watch, I can't really see what I'm doing. Doesn't even look like I'm doing anything with my feet. Pretty much no. Whenever I try to push on the ground, it just slides. Even that. Get my guard back without even meaning to. We're too tired now. We're too tired. Awesome. Yeah, first Thursday of the month. Ironman rolls. Hopefully next month is maybe not quite so hot, but thanks heaps, team.